Grand Africa rising. Look what's waving behind me. Above, standing at attention, the American flag. This your man, not your boy. Go black to Africa. I want to explain what Go Black to Africa means. That flag there, we know what they say it's supposed to represent. We know the stars and the stripes and all of its meanings. We know the songs that they have played and had a stand and recite, make a pledge to it, and all the above. But what has it done for us lately? My brothers and sisters, go black to Africa. Many people are in a place wondering, what is their next move? What is the next move that they should do? Should they take up arms and form militias, which we have a few groups out here that are doing that? Should we pack up our bags and just go? Big question that many people are trying to answer. But I sit here to explain to you that go black to Africa is what it means. Go. You have to go black or back to reconnect to your roots. Now, I know people argue and they say that, I didn't come from Africa. My folks were here on this land. I'm with you on that. Because way before the Europeans got here, Africa was trading, living, breeding here on this land. If you want to call those the natives, they were a mixed people. So it's important to know one's history, but when I'm talking about go black, I'm talking about going back to the mother, sucking on the nipple of your mother, prospering on a land that has been provided for not just you, but for your kids' kids. What have you done for your kids? Are you leaving them anything? Many of us here in this country don't have a pot to piss in, let alone leaving any type of inheritance for our kids. Why is that? It's because only the few have been able to create a wealth or some sense of monetary value of things that may be able to reward them and theirs down the road. But there is a great number out of the 50 million of us here in America don't have it. And if one would check their history, and that's the problem, it's hard to find history on this land when they wiped out, washed out all the history that truly this land had with its people, with other people around the globe that it dealt with. But Africa has stories. They got the history books. They got the African stories passed down from generation after generation after generation. That is an African must, the elder's responsibility to be able to share with its people the history that has gone on with their tribes from generation to generations. No matter what region you came from, it was a must that every youth be taught the histories of its people. That we'd have not been given or afforded the opportunity because of the disconnect. And this was Go Black to Africa is about. Number one, we know humanity started off of us, people of color. We didn't consider ourselves black people. We were a people. See, that black-white came in about the 1600s when the Europeans decided to differentiate between a people so that one will be treated less and the other one will be treated greater. And so now we have to understand that as a people who are melanated, a people who has some strong history ties that are in the books that we have never learned here on this land. You know and I know the schools we've gone to has done an injustice of allowing us to know who we are. An old saying is, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. So this Go Black to Africa channel is to motivate you, to encourage you, to instill in you the importance of reconnecting with your mother. How is it that so many people I'm running across claim they ain't black, they're not African, that they have a pride of saying they're Americans? Now, there's nothing against that. I ain't gonna even war against that. I'm not gonna tongue wrestle against that. But what I have a problem with is that how in the world did we get to a point to feel ashamed, embarrassed, to consider ourselves a people from the continent of what they call Africa? I have never, in my 54 years of living, ever in any time, seen people who are not proud of where they come from. But I understand the trickery that has been played by the propaganda that's been promoted by the very country we live in. Our youth, they don't know. Where's the elders? I'm tired of seeing brothers my age and in their 60s sagging and dragging, want to still be OGs, want to act young like the youth, the women dressing like the youth, acting like the youth. Where is the elders to teach them this ain't nothing new we going through with all these killings, with all these atrocities that's happening within the black community, amongst the black people? Because a lot of us is not in black communities. And we argue and we war against each other. Why? Hey, it's what's been planned. But Go Black to Africa, I'm wanting to build off of that I can go black. I can go black. The blackness is the Pan-Africanism. It's the consciousness, the awareness of who you are. Not that flag. That flag represented everyone except us. So we have to get to a place of finding our elders seeking out to our youth and to teach them. Because the old stories are left, are gone. But Africa has the stories. That's why I post the videos, so you can see the history behind some of the museums they have there, the dungeons they have there, the stories they have to tell. I hope you pay close attention, because I have so much videos to upload just to give you just a taste of what's really going on in Africa. So many of you all have desires and goals and dreams, and they've been wasting here, spinning your wheels. Some of you all have, you may be making in already the 5 digits, 6 digits, 7 digits, and know there is more in you. You should be rewarded for your hard work, for your efforts that you are pouring into a system that will not even allow you to prosper to leaps and bounds where you know you should be. Africa's giving it. We can't count on one hand or two hands of how many brothers and sisters here in America are billionaires. Did you know Africa holds more billionaires, African billionaires, than across the globe? Do you know Africa has more black African millionaires than here in America? How is that? It's because a story, right there, look at that flag, that story they told, that story have us questioning our own nationality, have us questioning who we are. No more excuses. It's too much information out there. It's too much information, or you can Google and research and find out the truth. There's so much things people are posting. We have to go black. We have to go black. Black. Let's talk about black. The most powerful color. Not white. They told you that lie. White is not even pure. Let me break that down for some of y'all, because you're gonna understand. What? We want to wear white when it comes to ceremonials and all those things that we like to do, and wear black when it comes to death and damnation and all that right there. Let me break something down to y'all. They lied to us and told us that white was pure. They flipped the script. White is not pure. Pure is something that has not been manipulated, that has not been changed, and it holds all of its assets, all of its attributes within itself, that has not been extracted. The color black holds all colors within it. The color white is the absence of. Let me break it down further for you. They say white sugar, white flour is pure. How is it pure when you extrapolated all of its nutrients, its minerals, its value, to where it's only left with a dead substance? A dead substance that's deadly. You take that sugar, that supposed pure sugar, it's gonna go ahead and spike your blood up so quickly that many of y'all suffer from diabetes. But pure sugar, when you see that dark, brown, dark, black sugar, molasses, and that is pure sugar. That holds all the attributes. It has everything in it. The minerals, the nutrients. You know the saying, blacker the berry, sweeter the juice. It's so true. The most purest form. Scientists are saying that the blackness they thought in space was nothing within it. But now they're finding that the blackness is what the power, unbeknownst to our eyesight, that they are finding through these powerful scopes, that within it is a living energy that connects all. How could we be so prejudiced against ourselves by wanting to bleach skin? Unbelievable. Bleaching skin when you don't even realize that the melanated skin from the sun, which gives us the vitamin D, is our benefit. Now, for the Caucasian white person, that sun, because their skin doesn't have melanin in it, they get sunburn and will also get skin cancer. Do you know that when white people put on sunscreen lotion under the UV camera, what that sunscreen is doing, it is making their skin black. Go check it out, YouTube. I might even post it on here. It is amazing that when they put the sunscreen on, which is white, under the UV camera, it actually is being used as a so-called black color to absorb the sun rays, the UV light. You YouTube it. Sunscreen under UV lights or cameras. This black color that we have shows that it's the powerful color, substance, existence that is. Whether it's through our vegetables, the darker the vegetable, the more chlorophyll you get. Powerful, beneficial to our bodies. Anything light has the absence of chlorophyll. And you're only gonna know this if you do your research. So going black, becoming a conscious African is a benefit. So we elders have to reach out to our youth because our youth don't have them. Our elders of my elders have became quiet. They became tired. They've done the protests. They've marched. They've seen it before. It's become so sickening to them because they see there has been little to no change. And when the youth comes up, they follow and regurgitate the very practices that our elders were doing in the 50s and 60s. Black militias, we've had them from day one. Black militias, we had brothers armed, protecting their communities, brothers protecting their businesses. Years and years ago. Has it gotten us anywhere? No. So what is my take? My take is this right here. There is new land, other land, besides America, that you can invest in for your children's children. Having an option for your children to leave, to go to a place that they can prosper without all the potholes, without all of the obstacles in their way. The cost even just to do business, you gotta have your financial money in place to even do that business. We lack a generational wealth mentality where our children are left with nothing, start hardcore from the beginning, trying to reinvent a wheel, when all the while their friends who or their counterparts, their white peers, have an edge up on them because their parents left them a couple of $100,000 to ease their pain. All generational wealth from the money we created for their wealth from free labor. So this is Go Black to Africa. Let me share this and end this with you. People say, I'm not running anywhere. That's running. That is cowering down. That is jumping ship. Let me tell you something. All right? I did 20 years in this military, fought for a country that didn't give a damn about me. And I had to wake up one day and realize that. I had no more excuses. No more excuses. That I served a country, that I put my life on the line. Been to war, several, participated in my 20 years of active duty service, retired Air Force. And come to a place to realize the only thing I was doing while I was in the military was protecting the white man's wealth. That was it. Protecting that flag right there behind me. That they say stands so proud. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Liberty and justice for all. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. We were taught these songs and it's ingrained in us. It's ingrained in us. And then people say, my folks fought for this country. We built this country. Let me tell you something. Yes, we built the wealth. This country don't stand on mortar and brick. This country don't stand on money. Let me tell you, let me say that again. This country don't stand on money. Not at all. Do you know what this country stand on that we didn't build? Was a system. That system that is in place is what's killing us. And even the white people who don't even understand their privilege that they have within a system. See, a system that was built in place to keep you out. Where you think ACT and SATs came from was to keep you out, going to their schools. Where do you think the credit score came about was to keep you out from getting loans? Where do you think the judicial system was put in place for? Was to keep you in, locked up. The 13th Amendment, after slavery, they created it that you could use a person as a slave if they committed a crime. Read your amendment. These are the things that we have to know. We didn't build this country. Yes, it has the wealth off of free labor, but you gotta even know your history. When we were in the South, and what was the North doing during that time? They had a textile industry. They were doing business, imports, exports, but they knew one thing. They could not compete with free labor, and they had to join in. That's why they wanted to unify, because they could not compete. They wanted that money. But what they had was a system that they wanted the South to come under a system. And once you come under that system can ride forever. You ain't gonna change America unless you change the system. A system when you walk in the bank and they got criteria to say, oh, you live in this area. We call it redlining, y'all. Keep you out of an area or won't give you a loan because you're trying to do business in the area. That's written in the system. It's written in the system when it comes to education, that you must meet certain requirements in order to be accepted within a system. And if you don't meet it, you don't get in. This is a system. This system, when you walk into a judicial system and they see the color of your skin, has already written in place that you are not innocent till proven guilty, but you are guilty until proven innocent. So this is what Go Black America is about. Educating and motivating and trying to open up your mind, your conscience, so that you can see there is other alternatives. Only if you get out and explore. Because the way it stands now, we can take up arms. And yes, I have my arms. There's a reason why they allow militias, because even they knew that the government can get so powerful that the people should be able to protect themselves if the government gets out of hand. Like the Third Amendment in the Constitution can't just be coming up in your house, using your house to lay up in. Can't be going just search and seizure illegally from your Fourth Amendment right. We got to understand this. I don't run. Why? Because lastly, for y'all who understand, when God, our creator, Yah, Allah, told Moses, go and tell Pharaoh to let my people go, why ain't God just wipe him out? Matter of fact, why didn't God just tell his people, so you stay right there and fight it? I had y'all there 400 years. Y'all about outnumber them. That's why they tasking y'all, putting pressure on you, because they see that your numbers were growing. And the people cried out to the Lord. And the Lord said, tell Pharaoh to let my people go. I got a new land for you. I got a place that is the land of milk and honey. That I want to send my children to a different land. And if y'all know anything, don't believe that the people, when they were going to the land of milk and honey, they were going north out of Egypt, because Egypt is Africa, y'all. All of that, the Middle East that they call, all that they just created in 1948 when they got Israel and all that right there. Do your history and see that right there was all man-made up area. That used to be part of Africa. But when you really look at it and you see, when Moses was a baby, sent in his little basket in the Nile, and it floated in the river. It said it floated in the river. It flew down the river. Now, if anybody knows the Nile, get this, y'all. For those who don't know, the Nile is the only river that flows north. So if you put a baby in a basket and it has to flow north, if you know anything and watch my videos of Egypt, Africa, Egypt, you'll see we were the people, black skin, light skin. We are a long rainbow of colors of people, built Egypt. But these were people down south that you would find where Sudan and it flows all the way from Uganda, the Blue River, the Blue Nile, the White Nile, etc. The land has always been there. It was the mother of Africa. That's the land of milk and honey. It has every animal that you can even imagine. It has the richest soil in all of the globe. More oil than you can find anywhere else that is untapped to this day. Every country's in there rape, robbing, and pillaging all the resources out of Africa. This world will not survive without the continent of Africa. We have to understand that. So God, Yah, Allah, brought his people out of. He didn't tell them to fight And I said he is a God because I mean he, she, whatever you want to call it. Our creator is male and female energy. That's what our Egyptian ancestors already knew. Asar and Aset, who had their son, Haru. The story that Christian took away from and created Joseph and Mary and Jesus. I'm not gonna get too far ahead of myself. I got some video proof, baby, for you. And I'm gonna tell you, family, much love to each and every one of y'all. And let's bring on the consciousness of Go Black to Africa. I believe it's just one of the answers for those who are seeking a better life. God bless. This is your man, not your boy. Go Black 2.